little bit about what you've been doing. How did you, quote unquote, get to the point where you were able to navigate to the execution point of a goal?
I was in an earthquake in 1994. So
wow.
The Northridge earthquake was like the worst natural disaster in American history. And that internal process of not having a safe and secure place to go kind of was rooted in me. I was able to understand like the importance of it at a young age. And for me to be a 29-year-old president of my own company and a black developer, like, I'm an anomaly. Eventually, I'm going to become a billionaire and I'm gonna change the world.
All right, Brandon. Thank you for taking some time out of your day.
No problem.
I know we've been waiting to get this conversation popping for a while now,
that's right.
Appreciate you. So, you know, a little bit about the Clocked In movement, developing a platform right now where I'm shining light on the hours and the tasks associated with the ultimate execution of a goal, right? So, you know, through our various conversations, I just realized DC's brimming with talent.
Yeah,
I see you are the embodiment of the Clocked In movement. You've been putting in the hours and stuff, so I definitely wanted to capture some content with you and just, you know, chop it up a little bit, right? Tell me a little bit about what you've been doing. How did you, quote unquote, get to the point where you were able to navigate to the execution point of a goal?
No, that's a great question. I actually was reflecting on this a little while back. So I was born in Los Angeles.
Okay.
And I was in an earthquake in 1994. So the Northridge earthquake was like the worst natural disaster in American history. And the apartment that I lived in was like destroyed.
Wow.
Like my favorite dog died. Some people from my complex died. And we literally lived on the street for about, you know, 2, 3, 4 days or so prior to packing up and moving to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, which is where I was raised. I don't know, that internal process of not having a safe and secure place to go,
absolutely,
I think kind of was rooted in me, and that embodiment of community. I was able to understand like the importance of it at a young age. So fast forward, when I was in college, I was exposed to this program at Marquette University, which is called the ACRE program. So it stands for Associates in Commercial Real Estate. And when I went through this program, we did a comprehensive kind of development training type of thing, and we were exposed to like all the facets of commercial real estate. So architects will come in, general contractors will come in, developers will come in, lenders will come in and tell us their perspective.
The full scale of it.
Exactly. So
is that where you first, I know you talked about falling in love with development and just housing in general based upon your initial experiences. So is this where you first had your first interactions with like development, or is this like throughout your childhood that you always kind of been
I thought I was going to be a doctor, man.
Oh, okay. Left turn.
I thought I was going to be a doctor. So when I first started school, I was taking chemistry and bio classes, and I quickly realized that I wasn't
for it. But you at least tried.
I tried. So my parents, they actually purchased a city-owned property. And I helped my dad kind of fix it up when I was younger. So we had this like side property that earned a couple dollars. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna own commercial real estate, or I'm gonna own property on the side of whatever I do. So at the time, I thought I would be a doctor. Chemistry, bio killed me. And, I quickly realized that business was more important. So I then started to look at different areas of business, and when I went through the ACRE program, I realized the ability of a commercial real estate developer, and how the autonomy of time, like you control your own schedule.
Absolutely.
I choose to clock in.
No, I got you. How were you able to take this idea and actually execute on it? Because I mean, that needs to be commended by itself. I'm sure you come across a few people that are just like, oh, I'm about to do this, I'm about to do this, and then and then a few years later, oh, I'm still about to do this, still about to do this. So how did you even respect yourself and bet on yourself enough to be like, hey, I'm going to do this, and I'm actually doing this right now?
No, great question. That was instilled in me from a very early age. Like my parents always told me to believe in myself, and I think like over time I truly did. Right. So I was working at a bank shortly after college. I was working at a bank making $22,000 a year.
Oh, wow.
So I would have these clean suits on, and I would be like literally doing good work. Like everybody came in like, oh man, you're killing it. But my pockets were
your pockets were empty.
So I'm like, oh shit, I just took this training program. I'm like, I really kind of want to do this development thing. So after work, every day I would go to the gym, and then I would go to work. So although I was working for a bank, I was working for myself.
Absolutely.
Rural Enterprises was founded in 2012, and I just now had my groundbreaking in 2018.
Yeah, so I saw that. Yeah,
thousands of hours.
Thousands of hours. Clocked in. Like,
trying to manifest this original dream.
Where do you see the vision going next? How do you see the picture like developing?
Eventually, I'm going to become a billionaire, and I'm going to change the world.
Absolutely. We need more.
Say that right now.
Absolutely.
So, I'm gonna earn $1 billion. I saw myself growing up. I always knew I wanted. I like the story of Robin Hood.
Yeah.
Steal from the rich
and give to the poor.
Like, not literally steal, but African Americans and minorities. African Americans represent 13% of
Absolutely.
America, right? But we don't reflect 13% of the top 1%. So because my background is in community development, economic development, my major was economics, my minor was sociology.
Okay.
So money and understanding how it works and how people fit within it lended itself well to commercial real estate. So with that, it's like, yo, I know where my heart is, and I'm going to effectively create the things that these people are doing and give back to my community.
Absolutely. No, that's to be commended. So it's not to the point where you just want to line your own pockets. You want to instill and sprinkle a little bit of the magic that you like garner through just your various hours, and sprinkle it on the youth, and realize that, you know, black people really are magic, though, right?
Man.
Like, we absolutely are magic. Yeah. Great movie. We absolutely are magic. No, bro, that's really to be commended. So you broke ground. What was the development like? So.
Oh yeah. So I guess we didn't talk about that, y'all. So it was a 60-unit affordable housing development in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Total development cost was $12.2 million. So it's a mid-sized deal. But for me to be 29 years old and a developer, it's rare. Yeah. But for me to be a 29-year-old president of my own company and a black developer, it's like, I'm an anomaly.
Right.
Like, literally, there's not many of me. I've been in many real estate conferences across the country, and unfortunately, there's not many Brandon rules. Yeah. So I broke through the metaphoric ceiling, and I'm here. I don't really talk about myself or anything like that, but it was a long process.
Yeah. How does your day look like? So take me through like a normal day. Like, give me the sports on version, just the highlights.
Okay. Yeah. Ideally, I wake up at 6 a.m.
Okay. I see you. Yeah. Checking in. Yeah.
Ideally, right? Clock in early. Get my workout on. Come back. Reply to some email. And then after that, I'm kind of like on the offense, right? So I was just, let me get everything stable. And then depending on what, most of the time I'm in meetings or on phone calls. But if I'm working from home, I'm literally investing in myself in some way, shape, or form. I'm typically working in Excel. I'm looking at models all day long, trying to figure out the best way to do my next project. So
how are you leveraging the potential revenue from this project, moving into a different project, or just how do you maximize just the specific project?
I was supposed to make a tremendous amount of money on this project, but unfortunately I did not. We had, when Donald Trump came in, he changed. There was a proposed budget change, and the tax credit. We had this affordable housing tax credit that we sell to an investor. Right. United Healthcare was actually my investor on my project, but the price in which it sold for was significantly lower because of corporate tax rate change. So once these things were affected, I had to reshape my entire deal, and the money that I was going to earn, developers earn a developer fee on the project. I had to put that back into the deal. So that was one of the issues. The second issue is that when we were building, we realized that we had soft soils. So
you reinforce the soil.
In a traditional project, you know, you would just build this low and go straight up, but we have to go. Even in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, we had to go 50, 60 feet below the ground. Install these geopiers, which would, you know, if you didn't, we would have settlement. Then your building is I'm not here to be a slumber.
Right.
Most of my money that I was going to earn went back into the project.
I do this thing every morning where, God willing, if I get to 80 years old, I have a conversation with myself, right? That person, you know, hindsight is 20/20, so he has the ability to know how my life has progressed. But the 80-year-old version of Aji, like, I ask him questions like, yo, is he happy? Is he sad? Is he disappointed in me? What does he say about you?
Right. I would say that he saw how positive and optimistic I was, and how that resonated with every aspect of my life. Because I think once you have that foundation of positivity and optimism, nothing can stop you from living in your purpose. You know what I mean? when negative thoughts creep in, to me that's the devil.
Sure.
Right? So it's like, oh, maybe I'm not good enough for this, or maybe you know, whatever your negative thought is, that's not living in my personal best self, or like the best vibration.
Right.
I just like good vibes and like positivity.
Yeah.
So as long as he knows that everything happens for a reason, I'm doing what in every single moment I try to do the best thing that I can do. So I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I'm definitely saying I try not to make negative mistakes or do anyone wrong.
Right.
Because I believe if I put that out, it'll come
right back to you.
So me at 80, he will know that I continuously did that over the course of my life, and I'm sure he'll be a good person.
Yeah, absolutely. Yo, one of my mantras is more memories and dreams, right? So like I want to, when I get to that point, I want to look back on my life and be like, yo, I remember when me and Brandon went to the Bahamas, or me and my cameraman, shout out Abel's Visions, we went to over here. I don't want to be like, I wish, or I shoulda, I coulda. Brandon, you've been a great conversation, man. I want to go ahead and gift you one of these clocked in hats. We got different colorways. Shout out clockedinnow.com. Which one are you interested in, man?
I like the green.
Green, okay. You know that's
like the money green.
It is. Hey, you're gonna be having a lot of money, and you see the style is indicative of an alarm clock as well. What I want to tell people every day is that, hey, the difference between you and a goal is just effort, consistent effort, right? Wins the game, man. Hey, if you don't mind shouting out one of my last phrases, man. It's time to clock in.
It's time to clock in. Let's do it.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, sir.